Aircraft carriers are among the most formidable weapons of war ever devised. These massive vessels are the backbone of the modern Navy, and they play a critical role in projecting power across the globe. But what makes these carriers so powerful? These massive ships can carry a fleet of fighter jets and helicopters, along with their crew and supplies. However, have you ever wondered how these behemoths are powered and how they move through the water? The answer lies in the engine room, a place filled with incredible machinery and raw power. Today, we're taking you on a tour of this awe-inspiring space, where you'll see firsthand what it takes to move a ship that weighs as much as 100,000 tons. So buckle up, put on your protective gear, and join us as we explore the engine room of an aircraft carrier. Before we begin, I want you to stay on top in the knowledge game of Navy and aircraft updates. And to do that, just click on subscribe and press the bell icon right now. And I welcome you to the world of Navy. The importance of the engine room. Without the engine room, an aircraft carrier would be dead in the water. The engines are the heart of the ship, providing the energy needed to turn the propellers and move the ship through the water.
Its top speed remains high.
There are typically two types of engines on an aircraft carrier: gas turbines and steam turbines. Gas turbines are used to generate electricity, while steam turbines drive the propellers. These engines are mighty, generating up to 280,000 horsepower. That's equivalent to the power of around 200 Formula One racing cars. They can also propel the ship at speeds of up to 35 knots or 40 miles per hour. To provide this incredible power, aircraft carriers need an enormous amount of fuel, up to 4 million gallons of diesel or jet fuel. This is enough to fill around 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Tour of the engine room. The engine room of an aircraft carrier is a marvel of modern engineering, and it's truly a sight to behold. As we step inside, the sheer magnitude of the machinery is overwhelming. The engines are colossal, towering over us and exuding immense power. The heat radiating from the engines is intense, instantly making us feel the force that drives this massive ship. But that's just the beginning. The noise level in the engine room is deafening, a constant hum that surrounds us as we venture deeper into the complex space that spans multiple decks. Rows upon rows of turbines, generators, and boilers dominate the room, each with its unique purpose. The turbines are the engine's hearts and souls, generating the power needed to propel the aircraft carrier through the water. The generators convert this power into electricity that runs the ship's various systems and powers the flight deck. And the boilers, they're the workhorses of the engine room, generating the steam that drives the turbines. To achieve this incredible feat, the boilers are heated using fuel oil or natural gas, generating steam at temperatures of up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. The fuel for the boilers is stored in tanks located on the hangar deck, then transferred via pipes and pumps to the boilers. It's a highly sophisticated operation, one that requires every single component to work seamlessly together. And that's precisely what happens. Every pump, valve, and heat exchanger works in unison, ensuring the engines run smoothly, and the ship moves through the water at high speeds. It's a symphony of mechanical mastery, one that we're privileged to witness firsthand. Life inside the engine room. What if you lived inside the engine room? It might seem like a strange question, but it's one that has crossed the minds of many people who have toured an aircraft carrier. The engine room is a fascinating place, filled with massive machinery and incredible amounts of energy. But what would it be like to live and work inside this environment day in and day out? Firstly, let's talk about the living conditions. While there are crew quarters located on the ship, they are typically located far away from the engine room. This is for a good reason, as the noise and heat generated by the engines would make it nearly impossible to get a good night's sleep. In fact, the heat generated by the engines is so intense that crew members who work in the engine room have to wear special protective gear to protect themselves from the extreme temperatures. The noise level is also deafening and constant, making communication difficult. Despite the challenges, there are crew members who work in the engine room for months at a time. They have to be highly trained and skilled to operate and maintain complex machinery. They work in shifts around the clock, ensuring that the engines are running smoothly and that the ship has the power it needs to carry out its mission. Living in the engine room would certainly be a unique experience, but it's not one that many people would enjoy. The heat, noise, and constant vibration would make it an incredibly challenging environment to work in. But for those who are up to the challenge, it's a job that is critical to the success of the ship and the safety of its crew. If you have any questions or comments about the engine room, please leave them below and we'll be happy to answer them. While living in the engine room might seem like an interesting idea, the reality is that it's a challenging and difficult environment to work in. Aircraft carriers have much more than just engine rooms. In fact, more than 5,000 people live on these carriers, as it is essentially a floating city in the sea. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a massive aircraft carrier? To find out, click on this video right here. That would be all for this video, but click this video to find out more about the incredible lives of the people aboard these massive ships. So what are you doing? Click it now.